page Kuf Mem Daled. And we're just going to read the thing at the top because I want to go to the Shefa on the next page. It says, HaChasidim Rishonim, Ayedei Shehiyisam Garmo Hemshech Kiyum HaMochim Bezud. That's the subject that we got into. Now we go to the next page, Kuf Mem Hey, just reading the top part here, or you could read from Yud Gimel. Maybe we want to read Yud Gimel. Did we read already? But we'll read it again. V'zech v'sod Masha Amra Rabazal Al Moshe Rabbeinu Olav Shalom Shaloch B'choya Yada Perushos Yosef M'Shlosh Shaos. He couldn't extend his hands more than 3 hours. V'tam Azech Defish Ein Koch B'Yada Adam. This is what he says. LaHamshek Mochin and his Karim Yosef M'Shlosh Shaos. So to me, it's mashma. He says LaHamshech. So LaHamshech means to keep the flow going. And we don't have the. I would have thought that the answer would be more like they're not able to be makabelit, because we're a kli. But he says they're not able. It could be the same idea. Kinyan and Nizka b'Chasidim Rishonim, like we had this story here with the original Chasidim. So let's see what it says in the light print. L'chora yiflach b'im masha shahu ozach Chasidim achad tefilo choyet b'kedei l'hasher ha'aras hamochin. So that's what they did. They were trying to do this. Madua im came shohu rak meshach sha'acha. So that's the case why only 1 hour. Achar tefillah. Choyel lechem l'shachus yoser. V'az timshach ha'arazach ha'aras ha'mochin l'meshach zaman arach. It will take a long time. Yoser more. Achein hatam lezechu. So the reason for this is this. He says, "V'shum she'ein b'koach ha'ana lahashech b'chas ha'aras ha'mochim iyosem b'shlosh shalos v'shiyizbar," as we're going to explain. So he said, "Denei kesiv b'melchemes Amalek v'chasher yenich yada b'gaver Amalek." I was just to think about what it is. Amalek. Amalek is the opposite of faith. It's the idea of giving up, and there is nothing out there. So he says that Amalek will start getting stronger if we don't have our hands extended, or Moshe doesn't have his hands, in this particular case, extended. Why did he let his hands down? Because then he knows that. The reason why he let his hands down, Kashakapov Perushos Hashemayim B'Tefillah, as his hands are raised up. So I could see that in my age, and what's going on is that I couldn't lift my hands up there for 20 seconds. I'm not sure I'm not strong anymore. And the Rav has explained that the reason is this: the man doesn't have the ability to be able to pull down the motion. And here he says that they should remain more than that. So again, I don't know whether it means the remaining, but he does say that to stream it down to himself or pour it down to himself. And then you can understand why only 1 hour is related to this. After the tefillah. Let's look at number tests in the Shefa Hakavanot. Let me see how better to do this. I guess that's it. Okay, so the Shefa Hakavanot says, let me see, get them up. There we go. V'atam hu defi she'ein koch b'yada ala lahamshek mochin in this karm yosef b'shlosh shalos b'shem and sason. He brings a shem and sason a lot over here. Hevi shtei ta'amim madua ein la'ashachos b'tefila yosef b'shlosh shalos. Why we don't wait more than three hours in this whole thing. And he said the fi shebe'ez ha'tefila yeshna aliyas alomos. So therefore the olomos are receiving shefas. It's like the letter vav. Letter vav is immediately getting shefa from up above. He's a makabel, and at the same time wants to be a mashiach, wants to be what's the right word? What I'm trying to get to, mashpia. So he's for the achar of tefillah. Then after the tefillah, yordein ha'olomos im shefa l'mata. So when the feeling is over, that when the tefillah stops, that's when the shefa connects down to us, he's saying. Valkain ein l'shachos yosech midai b'tefillah. So therefore, you do want the shepherd to come to you, and as long as your hands are extended, let's say so to speak, or you're involved in the prayer, it's just not coming to you. It's just being fed into the zer anpen aspect of yourself, let's say so to speak, and it's not being delivered into malchus. Ki monea bekach, as you read this to shepherd, because the longer you wait, it holds back the readers to shefa the cholamas tachtonim. That's one reason, one answer he gives. And the second answer is the be'ez zivug zun. So let's say now there's a yichud between zachav and nog. Hazachav mashbiel and nog. It's the same idea, but instead of moving from what I consider to be bina into zer anpen, now you're going to have zer anpen and the nog together. Uva'osach is as the transmission of the seed is coming from zer anpin, so to speak, into the nook. Lo mekabel shefa malamala. There's no shefa coming to zer anpin from up above. Kevin shebe'ez she'osa l'ashpia e after lo kabel. So he's saying there's a little rule here. He says that if you're giving, you're not receiving. So therefore, what's happening? B'chanekeva. Lo mishpas azadachtonim, and when that's happening, it's another interruption, and it causes the nukva not to mashpia down towards us. The kevin suka the kabel after the hashpia, so there when she's busy receiving, she's not giving. Same idea, different place. Valkain ein l'shachos yos amidai b'tefillah. He says it's a very interesting idea, actually, because Rabbi Memran is mentioning, and Yoli, when he was in Israel last, he went down to a place where they daven using Rishash Siddur below, somewhere below the Kotel, and must be really fantastic. But it takes a while, I think, to do that davening. So Chabukain ein the shachos yosef b'dai b'tefila b'kadesh nuchul l'kabel as the shefa mechanuk, in order that we should be able to get the shepherds coming into the nook. So he said v'yesh ta'ayin b'davarav shachar meloshen rav kam mashba l'chayre. So that really we can see that they're saying this. The tam she'ein shokin yosef mishlosha showers, that the reason why you can't wait that long ku machbes chisaron shala adam is because of the lack in the people. Not the lack in the flow, one way or another, of the shefa. That a person can't really just. Now here he says the hamed, to stand the mochin. In other words, to have the mochin coming into him more than 3 hours. Either the time of Shem and Sasan, what we say over here, even if he had the strength. Ein lo the asas kain meratamim and niskarim. Okay, let's move on now. So that brings us into the well, we might as well read in the body of this. And he said number Yud Dalet. Let's just check the time here. Okay. So we can't do too much more. So so according to my thinking, Rabbi Chaim says, Ki masha manichin tefillin kol hayom. This inyan about keeping the tefillin on all day long. Hatam hu lefi shebechinas atfilo hu rishimo ala mochin shenistalku. So what is going on in tefillin? I said it wrong. Lefi shebechinas atfillin is from the rishimo that we had talked about previously. Shala mochin shenistalku. Kaniska the ereb DRUSHOT tefillin we said previously. But the inyan the tefillah, which is for the purpose of mamshiching the mochim themselves. The ein koch ba'adam l'hamidam zulasi shlosh hours kanisker can only handle this 3 hours. The im l'chabaken yiskashu shnei ha'amarim elo zeh im zeh. There will be a problem between two different things we're saying. Kain nira lanias daite. So now let's find out what it is that this kasha is talking about. Huksh the marachol. There's a problem for the marachol, and there's a limud. He said the locha the filim ain't bebekin is mochin. is boyer shei after the amhed as samochim yosef shlosh shao. So since we said it can't stand there more than 3 hours, im came eich omer harav the tam hachasidim and rishonim sheholkolchem at the film mesher kol hayom koy begedei lahasher as haaras hamochin is to remain the glow in the mochin inside a zeranpin. Hello, after the hasher haaras hamochin are into the nook from zeranpin into the nook both. Hello, after the hasher haaras hamochin yosef shlosh sha'os, but it's not possible to have it more than 3 hours. Miyashav Marchu, the answer the Rechain as haaras hamochim atzman, after the Hamid the Lakayim the Mesher Kol Hayom. So he says if that is what this is all about, it can't be more than a whole day. The whole day, because that would be impossible for the mochin to stay there. Yosef Shlosh Sha'os, it can't be more than that. I'm not the tefillin though, but he says the thing is like this: the tefillin. Hey, rock bechidus harishimo. It's not the tefillin are not the mochin themselves. The mochin themselves are maki from the top of the head, but of zeranpin are the nook. He says bechidus harishima the mochin. It's the rishima. It's the leftover. Below hamochim atzma, but not the mochin themselves. Whereas bechidus harishima the mochin evshur kain. So that's possible. La'amed v'kayim kol hayom, that you could keep them the whole day long. Now, let me see if we could turn the page here. So much time we have. So he says we could go to the little number Yud down at the bottom of the Hakavanot on the previous page. And it introduces the Masha Menichin Tefillin Kol Hayom Matam Kul Lefi Shebechidus Tefillin. He says what? Who Rishimo Shalamochim. It's a Rishimo. It's not the Mochin themselves. 1 second. So he says, Rishima Shalamochin Shenistalku that left. He said, Bavur B'Dvarav Sha'al Yedera Tefillin Meshairim Rishima the Mochim. So the kavuna, or the kavana here is that the tefillin are staying there because of the rishima to maintain the rishima there. For Tanua, but that's something we'll question about this. The halacha the erbet DRUSHOT tefillin. Mashben sheneshve b'rishima shalamochem is there anpin mesher kol hayom gam below a tefillin. You don't need the tefillin in order to what he says to keep the rishima of the mochin in zeranpin or in the nook. Beam came a man asach of yosach yedera the vicious tefillin kol hayom. So then, what does it help that you're asking the tefillin? Because the rishima, if the rishima was for, if the tefillin represent the rishima, then and it doesn't need tefillin in order for the rishima to stay there. Abir b'shem and Sasan, he says sha'al yedera tefillin nisha rishima meir b'tukfa yosef, but it allows for a greater radiance, a greater glow. So a cloudy day cannot be compared to a day with she'einu ma'unim that is not cloudy. Let me see if I think we have to stop here to be able to get something in on the Sifra D'Tzniuta. So today is I think it's the 19th. 19th of not Cheshvan, what is it? Teves. Okay, 19th Teves. Okay, we'll move that there. And we'll move over to the Sifra D'Tzniuta. Oh.